All right, so today we're going to dive into the Great Unicorn Hunt.
Okay.
It's this online community, and it's really buzzing with the energy of the Indian startup scene.
Hmm.
It's kind of like imagine a chai stall, but digital,
Oh,
where founders and investors are hanging out, sharing tips and tricks.
yeah.
Uh,
It's really fascinating to see the passion in this community.
yeah.
They're not just dreaming of that billion-dollar valuation. They really want to build something real.
Right. They want to build something that actually solves problems,
Exactly.
creates opportunities,
Yeah.
and they're sharing everything,
Yeah.
articles, resources,
Yeah.
how to avoid classic startup blunders
Right.
and how to bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah, because not every startup story is a fairy tale.
Exactly.
There's this real understanding that building a business,
hmm
especially in India,
Yeah,
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's zoom in on a few posts that kind of caught my eye.
Mm.
There's one from Ava Ada, and it's just a simple question. Is it brutal?
Wow.
But it's so powerful.
Yeah. It really gets to the heart of the founder experience.
Yeah, and then there's Rakesh Mishra,
Oh, yeah.
who is all about e-commerce conversion rate.
Now, e-commerce conversion rates are basically the percentage of visitors to your site that actually buy something.
Right, so making sure that they click buy now.
Exactly crucial for any online business.
Yeah, and Rakesh is really sharing his knowledge, and it says a lot about the community's collaborative spirit.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, it's like they've got each other's backs, even when they're competing,
Mm-hmm.
in the market.
Yeah.
And it's not just, cold, hard business advice.
Right.
It's more than that. You see the comments on these posts.
Oh, yeah.
There's encouragement, empathy,
Yeah. Mhm.
even virtual chai being offered.
Oh, wow.
It's really cool.
So they're balancing practical advice with emotional support.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this community so unique.
Yeah, because starting a business is tough.
Oh, yeah, anywhere.
Anywhere, but especially in India.
Right.
With all its complexities.
Yeah,
Having this kind of community can be a game changer.
absolutely. So speaking of navigating those challenges,
Yeah.
there's this post by Sachin Karnik about founder priorities.
Okay.
And it's about this big question. Should you go solo or build a team?
Mm. The classic founder dilemma.
Right.
And the responses are so interesting.
Yeah, some people swear by building a team right away.
Yeah, right from day one.
And others say you got to prove the concept first before you bring other people on board.
Yeah, prove it solo first.
Right. It's really fascinating.
It's a real debate.
Yeah. And to see it play out in the Indian context, I think is super interesting.
Absolutely.
This whole team versus solo thing,
Mhm.
it reminds me of classic Bollywood.
Oh, yeah.
The underdog hero who achieves success.
Against all odds.
Yeah, sometimes with the help of loyal friends.
Right.
It's like that entrepreneurial spirit is just ingrained in the culture.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. It highlights the importance of context. Building a startup in India.
Yeah.
It's not just about applying Silicon Valley principles. It's about understanding the market, the nuances.
The culture.
Yeah, and using that to your advantage.
So true. Okay, so let's take a closer look at some of the advice
All right.
and resources that are being shared in the Great Unicorn Hunt
Yeah.
and see what makes this community tick
Okay.
and why it's so valuable
Yeah.
for anyone who's, dreaming of launching their venture
Mm-hmm.
in India.
Yeah. There are so many articles and resources being shared.
I know, it's amazing.
It's like a masterclass in how to build a startup.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all from people who've actually done it.
Right, they're sharing their experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this one article called 10 Mistakes Startup Founders Should Avoid in Their Early Days.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's full of practical tips.
Like what kind of stuff?
Well, don't overspend on a fancy office space before you've even validated your idea.
Right.
And, make sure you get all your legal stuff sorted out.
Yeah, get your ducks in a row.
Exactly, for the beginning.
It's like having a mentor
Mhm.
guiding you every step of the way.
Yeah. But in this case, it's the whole community.
Right, the collective wisdom.
Exactly. And it's not just about avoiding mistakes.
No,
It's about growth, too, right?
yeah, absolutely.
So remember Rakesh, our e-commerce conversion rate guru?
Oh, yeah, Rakesh?
He shared a post called How to Improve Your E-commerce Conversion Rate in 5 Simple Steps.
Okay.
And he breaks down all these things like website design, checkout flow.
Oh, yeah, all those things that really matter.
Yeah, the things that can make or break an online business.
He's good at explaining things, too.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't just use a bunch of jargon.
Right.
He makes it clear, even if you're new to e-commerce.
Exactly.
He talks about things like having a clear call to action.
Like a big buy now button.
Yeah, something you can't miss.
Those little details can make a huge difference.
Yeah, and he's not the only one sharing.
No, there are so many experts.
Yeah, on everything digital marketing fundraising.
It's like a one-stop shop
It really is.
for anyone who wants to grow their startup.
Like a digital version of those bustling Indian marketplaces.
That's a great analogy.
Where you can find anything you need.
Yeah, you can find everything.
Oh, there's this other post that I wanted to mention.
Okay, what's that?
It's about understanding your competitors.
Ooh, that's important.
Yeah, especially in India, where competition is fierce.
Yeah, you got to know who you're up against.
Right. And that article they shared, it talks about really getting into your competitors' heads.
Not just knowing their names, but understanding their strategies.
Yeah. Their strengths, their weaknesses.
You got to find those gaps in the market.
Right, those opportunities to stand out.
It's like a game of chess.
Totally anticipating your opponent's next move.
Exactly.
And then there's this other post about organizational structure.
Okay.
As your startup grows, you can't just wing it.
Right. You need a system.
Yeah, clear roles, responsibilities, communication channels.
It reminds me of the idea of Jugad.
Oh, yeah.
Finding innovative solutions with limited resources.
But even with Jugad, you need a framework
Exactly.
to make sure things run smoothly.
And that's what this post is all about.
Yeah, creating that foundation for sustainable growth.
Now, we can't talk about startups without talking about risk.
Oh, that's true.
And the great unicorn hunt doesn't shy away from it.
No, they actually have some really insightful threads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about risk management.
Okay.
Things like diversifying your revenue streams and having a solid financial plan.
Smart.
And there's this one comment that really stuck with me.
What was that?
It said, in the startup world, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey.
That's so true.
I think that really sums up the community's mindset.
It does.
It's about acknowledging that there will be bumps in the road,
Yeah.
but it's how you deal with them that matters.
That determines your success.
Exactly. And it's not just about the practical stuff. There's also this recognition of the emotional toll.
Yeah. Being an entrepreneur can be really tough.
One member shared a story about how stressed they were.
Oh, wow.
They were having sleepless nights and even thought about giving up.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah. But they turned to the community.
That's great.
And they got so much support and encouragement.
It's a real safety net.
Yeah. A space where you can be vulnerable.
And know you're not alone.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
You know, it's like that feeling you get during Diwali.
Oh,
when
yeah.
everyone comes together,
Celebrates, supports each other.
shares in the joy and the light.
The great unicorn hunt
Yeah,
has that same spirit.
it really does.
And that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, it brings the Diwali spirit to the startup world.
And let's not forget about the unicorn part.
Right.
They're not just focused on building sustainable businesses.
You know, they want to create something exceptional.
Yeah, something that could be the next big thing.
That's what I find so compelling about them. It's that blend of pragmatism and ambition. Yeah, they're not just dreamers, they're doers.
And they believe they can make a difference.
Okay, so as we continue this deep dive,
Yeah.
let's explore how the Great Unicorn Hunt is not just helping individuals.
But contributing to the growth of the Indian startup ecosystem.
Exactly. As a whole.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
This community, it's like a microcosm of the whole Indian startup ecosystem.
Yeah.
Full of energy and ambition.
And that belief that innovation can change things.
Exactly. And it's not just tech startups.
No, not at all.
There are people from all kinds of industries.
Healthcare, education, agriculture.
Yeah, it's really diverse.
It's amazing.
They're building this ecosystem from the ground up.
Yeah, creating a space where anyone with a good idea can thrive.
Right, and find the support they need.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes the Great Unicorn Hunt more than just a community. It's a movement.
Yeah.
It reflects India's entrepreneurial spirit.
Which has always been there.
Oh, absolutely.
Driving the country's growth. Think about it. You know, the small family businesses,
Yeah.
the new tech startups,
It's all connected.
entrepreneurship, it's part of the fabric of India.
And this community is tapping into that.
Yeah, giving aspiring entrepreneurs a platform.
To connect, learn, and grow.
Creating jobs, economic growth.
A brighter future for India.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, even if you're not in India or thinking about starting a business, I think the biggest lesson here is the power of community.
It's so true.
Finding your people.
Your tribe,
The ones who get it.
who understand your journey.
Yeah, and support you.
That makes all the difference.
It really does.
You don't have to go it alone.
Nope.
There's strength in numbers.
And sharing your knowledge helps everyone.
Exactly. The Great Unicorn Hunt shows us
Mm-hmm.
how a community can create a culture.
of learning and collaboration.
And resilience.
Those are values we can all apply.
In any field.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, remember what we've learned.
Seek out those connections.
Build relationships.
Share what you know.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
You'll be amazed by what you can achieve.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you learned something new.
And felt inspired.
Maybe even discovered a new appreciation for community.
It can drive real change.
Until next time.
Keep exploring.
Keep connecting.
And keep building.